Welcome to this podcast. I'm Matt Schroeder. I'm here with my friend and coworker and workout buddy, Terrance Lee.
What an introduction, bro. Should be an all-star lineup right here.
Yeah.
I line up at 5'4", shooting point guard. I would have made it to NBA, but,
Broke
stuff
tore
got in
your
the way.
ACL.
Yeah. I tore my ACL. Yeah,
That's everyone's excuse.
exactly. But no, it actually happened. I swear.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled my ankle on a skateboard ramp. So.
Oh yeah, with with that 10-year-old.
Yeah, he was 11.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, so just to catch the audience up to speed, when I was in senior year of high school, I did this podcast, and from the summer, like June to November of 2019, I recorded 13 episodes with friends from high school. It was super fun, and I haven't. It is now. Don't write him off as a 10-year-old. He was a whole 11 years old.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
And so my friend Terrance here caught wind of my former podcast days, and he said, I want to be a part of that. And around like the third or fourth time he said it, I was like, oh, wow, he's serious. This is kind of a blessing because I didn't really have anyone who wanted to like be my co-host long term.
Other words, you have no friends?
Well,
just to put it short, right?
Yeah, I guess if you want to put it like that.
Got you.
And am I too loud?
No, you're good, bro.
All right. So yeah, now here we are, just two friends finally coming together in a rainy Sonic parking lot.
We're in a Sonic parking lot in your car right now. We could have done it at one of our houses, but we're making the best out of it.
Yeah, I didn't want any interruptions.
Interruptions.
Now here we are. So, did you have something that you wanted to say first? Do you want to start?
No, you can start. You have more to say.
All right. So, story time. A few months ago, I got a phone call. I was taking a test, and I was like, should I answer it? It's a restricted number. And I was like, well, YOLO. I'll pick it up. So I picked up the phone, and on the other end, I heard my voice. I heard...
What?
Yeah, like I heard my voice talking, not like what I was saying in the moment. It wasn't saying hello. It was like just talking.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, what the heck? And then I recognized it. I was saying something like, yeah, what I really like about this sushi is they didn't put a bunch of American vegetables in there, and they actually added some good sauce too. And so I was like, oh, I know when this was. This is like 4 weeks prior. It was like a video that I put on Instagram. I was going on IG Live. Yeah. And then I just like saved the video because why not? And so I was like, oh, this isn't cryptic at all. I remember recording this.
Yes. So someone took like your voice recording and like called you back and played it for you?
Yeah.
Dude, that's trippy.
It was kind of scary.
Dude, I hate hearing my own voice. Like probably hearing my voice listening to the podcast is going to cringe.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to get over that real quick.
No, I feel like I sound like a I probably shouldn't say that.
Hey, too late now.
Well, we're cutting that out.
Yeah, we can bleep it.
We sound like a bee.
Yeah. I still haven't decided if this is going to be like, we're going to curse on this, like how loose we're going to get.
Yeah, I feel like we should...
Like, we can see how long we can go without it, and then once we actually, like, get listeners or something, then we can, abuse them.
Abuse them?
Like,
abuse our listeners?
Yeah. Start using words like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so going with your intro, though.
Wait.
Amazing. You're not done yet?
Nah.
Okay.
But come back to that.
Whatever.
What are you seeing me for?
Go ahead.
So this person was obviously like trying to mess with me or scare me by playing my own voice to me, but they were very, very clumsy about it, because if they just knew that I had a podcast in senior year and there's like 13 hours of my voice just out there, You think I remember half the things I said?
Facts.
Yeah, so if they had just put a little more effort into it, just like 2 minutes of research, they could have made the next Jordan Peele thriller. But instead, they just like stayed on my Instagram and they were like, "No, this will do." It didn't work.
Don't say that now. You're gonna get another prank phone call, and it's gonna be voice recordings of this podcast.
Yeah,
Something you said.
Probably. I'm gonna be like, "When did I say
I
that?"
hate women.
Yeah.
My name is Matt Schroeder. I hate women.
Yeah. So that's what I had to say about that. Your turn.
Oh yeah. So going back at the start, you're saying how we just recently started like hitting the gym together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember how I introduced you to that pre-workout and like made you feel like all fuzzy and itchy in the face? You
Yeah.
weren't really feeling it?
Yeah.
I found a solution.
Okay.
Listen to this. It promotes blood flows, concentration, and drive. Introducing Viagra in the gym.
And how is this How is this different from regular Viagra in the home?
It's not. It's not.
This isn't even a product. This is just an idea.
That's what I'm saying. Like, next time we go to the gym, just pop a couple of Viagra. And we're set, bro. We're set.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not even kidding. I think one of our coworkers was doing that.
yeah. Wait.
Can we say his...
No.
Okay.
No, you can't. He knows who he is.
Yeah.
Or she, whatever. Oh, you're telling me about that story about how that one friend in high school that was like super outgoing and talkative, and he like put you in one of his videos or something.
Yeah. So
You show me.
my friend Terrell, he was super outgoing and social in high school, and I had him on the podcast. It was episodes 9 and 10. So one time I was walking through the courtyard of the high school. I was going to Spanish tutoring, and it was like 4 p.m., like school had gone out.
Yeah.
And so I walked through the courtyard, and Terrell and his goons were there.
Goons. Tyrell and his goons are
Just
there.
stirring up trouble.
Just waiting for me to get out of class to steal my lunch money.
Yeah, right. And so basically I walked through the courtyard, and I was like, "Oh, hey, Terrell." And he was like, "Oh, hey, Matt, you want to be in a video?" And I looked at my watch. I was like done with my homework for the day. I was like, "Sure." And he was like, "Okay, so the idea is we're going to be dancing, and then you're going to want to join in, and then we're going to look at you funny, but then you're going to dance well, and then we'll let you join us." So that was
okay.
it was just a quick, silly Instagram video.
Yeah.
So he's like, I was like, "All right, sounds good." And he's like, "All right, show us your moves." So I like start dancing. I do the Running Man because that's all I got. And he's like, "Okay, do something else." He's like, "Can you do what's this one where it's like you're cradling a baby?" It's like,
Dude, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
If I need something, I can do that well too.
Yeah, it's Chance the Rapper said it in a song once. It's like
Cradling a baby.
Millie Rock.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like, "Can you Millie Rock?" And I did my level best and couldn't do it. And he was like, "All right, this isn't gonna work." So so we recorded it as if it was like his original idea. Like they recorded it like them joining in and like everyone starts a dance party. But my dancing was so bad that I went home later. Like I was like, "Oh, can't wait for this video to drop." I went home at like 8 p.m. He had it up on Instagram, and the way he edited it, it was me. So they were dancing, and then I saw them, and I started dancing, and then they looked at each other, and then we never started dancing together. They were like, "Yeah, this kid, we gotta go."
Oh, dude, I'm dead. I would do the same shit too. That's awesome.
It was funny now, but they like really did me dirty.
Yeah, that's kind of dirty, but like,
It's funny. I'm okay with it.
they'll just look at you and they're oh, like
Just
this
like
kid.
look at me and then look at the camera and the video ends.
That's awesome. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's up on Instagram still from
it?
like 4 years ago now.
Bro, you gotta show me.
At Daily Life of Terrell. You just posted today. Yo, have you seen that video of the mummy that they recreated the vocal cord and vocal tracks? And he's like, scientists were able to make a 3D model of his throat to put together one sound. Ah!
Dude, you saw the comments under that though? It's
No.
like, dude, what that throat do? I love that. What that throat do though?
I love it because it's like it's so close to what the actual sound was. The actual sound was like, It's like not so far out there, but it's like, ah!
Oh yeah, show me that vid.
Dude, the internet is undefeated.
Living that generation.
So, a little bit's changed since November of 2019. Not a lot. It's not like the world pretty much stayed exactly the same between like November 2019 and August 2022.
Yeah.
No major world events happened.
No, nothing. Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's like sometimes I forget that like all this time has passed. It's like, oh, is it still? That's the end of that bit.
Where are you going with it? I'm so confused.
I found the end of it.
Well, you're leading towards it. Oh yeah.
So yeah, obviously the pandemic happened, and I got my first job, and then I got my second job, and that's where you and I met.
Yeah.
At both of our second jobs, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We don't have to tell them where it is, but it's in retail. Because we're not getting paid by to say
we're cutting that out.
Yeah.
We're cutting that out. We're not getting paid to sponsor them.
No. They pay us to work, and that's all.
They make millions off of us, bro.
Yeah. Honestly, dude. So if any of you listeners don't keep up with me on Instagram, 100% totally, I have done stand-up comedy in the past 11 months.
He's ass.
Shut up, you've never seen me on stage. So yeah, I have a few stories about me like bombing, not bombing, because I feel like that's a really strong word. I feel like that gets overused. Like, oh, I went up there and I bombed for 6 minutes. It's like, shut up, you just didn't get any laughs. That's not bombing. Yeah, if you have any questions, Terrance, about what it's like to be a stand-up comic, I'm your man.
No, I'm good. You're not funny.
All right. So what was it like to work at Whataburger?
Awesome. No, I'm just kidding. Fast food. It builds your character for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It made me the way I am today, to be honest. It made me more outgoing, all this stuff, more comfortable talking with people. Because I used to be so shy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So this job definitely opened me up to more opportunities. And it's like, it is customer service with fast food. So it's a mix of like everything combined. So it gets you ready for the world, I would say.
Right. What about conflict resolution? What about, has it taught you how to resolve conflicts peacefully?
Peacefully? Nah. Nah, that's a good one. Nah, but no, we didn't do anything bad when it comes
We're
to
like resolving with
conflicts.
force.
Yeah, that sounds more like it. Crush, go back in the sandwich, smash your sandwich. No, we didn't do anything like that, but we did get a lot of like Karens, just with their food and everything. So It's different. Dude, not gonna lie, sitting in the Sonic parking lot, a slushie sounds so good right now.
Yeah, let's order a slushie.
Yeah.
Thunder.
Hey, is there any way I can get a medium grape slush, please? Can I get a medium grape slush, please?
Medium fish slush?
Grape slush.
Anything else?
No, ma'am, that's it.
What do you do?
Thank you.
That only took 4 tries.
Oh!
We're gonna edit this to make it sound like this Sonic brings out your food in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. All right. I got
Oh,
my
you
grape
had your mic
slush.
off?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's better so you don't hear like...
Here. Hold on, I need to scratch my... Bro, you had a camera? Okay, hold on.
Welcome back to the podcast with the first 100% male audience.
No, I think there's plenty of podcasts with 100% male.
Yeah, what do you think they are?
Huh?
Like, does Andrew Tate have a podcast?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I know so little about him. I just see him on the Discover stories, and I know he was on
What
your mom's
color
house.
is your Bugatti? What color is your Bugatti?
What's so weird about him is, like, he sounds right about half the things he says, and then the other half he's just so plain wrong.
Yeah, well, I just feel like he does attract a lot of the male audience just because his views and stuff like that. The female audience fucking hates him, though.
Yeah, like they hate watch him the same way guys hate watch the Kardashians.
Sort of, but worse, actually.
Yeah. We should have a supercut of bloopers where it's just like every time that we went, every time we, you go.
Like, that's my thing now. It's like, oh.
I thought it was
That one too. I got two. That horse galloping. Mr. Krabs.
So, I feel like I should just save my on-stage stories for next time.
Why's that? Oh, you about your being comedian?
Yeah.
You can say like one.
All right. So, one time I was on stage and I was telling a story that I thought was going to be really good, even though I'd never told it before. So I was saving it for the end of my set. And I was, by the way, I do comedy at this club in Spring called the Comedy Lounge. Check it out. Definitely go on Thursdays or Fridays.
Don't. He'll be there. That's the days to avoid. They give half-price tickets for a reason.
They're like, oh, God, guys, I'm sorry. We didn't know he was going to be here. We'll
give you half-price tickets, make it up for you.
Yeah.
Sorry wasting your time, folks.
All right, if you want to go there when I'm not there, Saturdays.
That's a trap, too.
So anyways, I was telling this story about how I was in Austin one time with my good friend SJ, and we were trying to go to a club that would let me in because I'm under 21. And so we finally found one that was like okay with me being there. But there was a $20 cover charge. And there was like no one in the club too. It's like, why would I pay $20 to enter an empty club?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I was like negotiating with the bouncer, and then this guy standing next to him, I thought he was just like a homeless guy. He was like, I can get you in for cheaper. It's like, what? He's
Excuse
like,
me?
I can get you in for $10. And I was like, well, I mean, that sounds a lot better, but can you do that? And he's like, I'm the manager.
This homeless dude. No, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm the manager.
Yeah, he was just like dressed homeless. But I was like, oh, okay, well, sweet. Yeah, I'll take that deal then. And so the ending that I wrote was that I look at my wallet and I go, do you have change for a 20? So I was really proud of that I wrote that ending because that didn't actually happen in real life, but I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I told the whole story on stage and I thought this is going to kill. So I say the last line. I say, do you have change for a 20? And it's just silence.
Crickets.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, all right, well, that's the end of that story.
Well, thanks for having me, folks.
Yeah, I literally just had to be like, okay, that's. I thought that was going to do better.
I would have laughed. I would have laughed for you. I just had the sympathy,
Yeah. Well, you don't want the 3-second delay laugh. That's not. You want them to laugh at the joke, not at the silence.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like you still got like scammed though by that bouncer. Like I still feel like
Yeah,
you shouldn't have
$10
paid at all.
Well,
To be honest, especially when there's no one in the club.
well, I understand it because they want people in there, but they don't. They know I can't drink, so they were like,
I can get you in for cheap. Your friend SJ, did they end up paying? Is it a girl or a guy?
Guy.
Okay, he ended up paying?
No, he didn't have to pay because he was over 21, so they knew he would buy drinks.
Oh.
I'm going to turn the car off because the motor just started.
Hmm.
I drive a hybrid, you guys.
Yeah, he likes boys, in other words.
This is going to age so poorly.
Probably. Yeah, this will. For a future. It was a joke, guys.
Yeah, he's kidding. I can attest to his character. He's not homophobic.
I'm not homophobic.
So your turn. You got a story?
Yeah, I got like a... That's not really a story. It's like... Okay.
It's more like a sound effect.
Yeah. No, so... Me and a couple friends in 8th grade, a couple friends in my neighborhood, we always hung out, like, go play basketball or football, just rode bikes everywhere. Like typical kids in junior high. And we decided, you know what? We already hang out. Let's make a trick shot video. And you know what we named it? We made a whole YouTube video, or YouTube channel.
Wait, you made a what?
We made a YouTube channel.
Okay, and you named it?
Dude Perfect Junior.
Wow.
Yeah.
Original.
Is very original. We thought we were the shit, to be honest with you. A couple 8th graders making a bunch of trick shots, and we thought they were so cool.
They were. I vividly remember it.
Yeah, like... So, Dude Perfect, like at that time, they were still making trick shots, and they made videos probably like once every 2 weeks, somewhere around there.
And got millions of views, by the way.
Yeah,
Just insane numbers.
Millions of views. But we were coming out with videos like every 2 to 3 days. We were on our grind.
Dang.
2 or 3 days for
That's
like
often for 8th graders.
all of summer. 2-3 videos every single day for like 3 months during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We broke like 100 views in like one video. And as soon as we hit high school, we realized how dumb that was. Like, we were so into it at the time. We were trying to get like some really high quality cameras, some GoPros, like 3 or 4 GoPros, a drone, all of it, all the shit. Some of the trick shots are really cool in the videos, but they were really cringy. So like we deleted all of it, but like 2 videos.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of trick shots did you do?
They were like more basketball, or like they were like a lot of basketball, or like just throwing a football into like a basketball hoop, those type of things.
Oh, dude, you're crazy.
Crazy, wild, bro, wild.
But at least you had fun, right?
For sure. Yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. That was actually like one of the best summers.
Nice.
Me and all the homies, getting together, doing what we loved.
Yeah. I wasn't really into sports as a kid, so I think the summer of 8th grade, that's actually the summer I went to New York between 7th and 8th grade. I went for 6 days, and I was just, like, astonished by how beautiful the city was.
By New York?
Yeah.
What'd y'all see there?
We went to a rehearsal for America's Got Talent at Radio City Music Hall.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. So we,
Sick.
like, saw some, this was in 2015, so we saw like them putting together this musical act and then saw it on TV the next day.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, it was. And then we went to a restaurant across the street called Ellen's Stardust Diner, and all of the waiters and waitresses sing and like put on musical numbers every 10 minutes. So it's like kind of fun if you can't get into a Broadway show. And they said that their turnover rate for employees is actually really high because a lot of them like leave to join Broadway.
That's actually really cool. Like open opportunities and everything.
Yeah, it's like a back door into the showbiz.
Yeah, I wish I had that working fast food 2.5 years.
Yeah. That was a dead end for you. And this one guy, this white guy, just absolutely killed a rendition of Can't Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Just all the white ladies, there was no race or gender in that place. Everyone was waving their napkins up and down, just like, hey, 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 hey. And he was killing it too. Like, he was standing on top of like the booths, and like all eyes on him. Our food came out and we didn't even notice. And I was like, 13 years old, I was like, that's what I want to be.
I want to be him.
Who are your favorite comedians?
Myself. Next question.
What what makes you think you qualify as a comedian?
What makes you think you qualify as a comedian?
I've done it. Dude, that's actually a very good question. I can't believe like how easy it is for people to consider you a comedian nowadays. Like, just the fact that I just had to start doing stand-up comedy, and then I tell people I'm a comedian, and they're like, they have questions for me. They're like, oh, dude, so how do you, like, write your material?
Yeah.
They're, like, genuinely interested, and I'm like, I didn't think this would happen. I thought they would be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, you're not a comedian. Yeah.
I will say my closest friends are like that. They just never ask me about it.
I mean, you do you, Matt. You know, you do your own stuff.
Yeah.
Be successful in life.
It's fun. It's rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love making people laugh.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably one of the greatest feelings in the world, is to laugh and to make other people laugh.
Yeah. I got like one bar here.
Yeah, internet connection is important. So yeah, if I could be able to do that and make money off of it, oh, I'd be set.
Don't you have to pay instead?
No, I haven't had to pay yet.
Oh, you haven't?
Well, sometimes I pay to get in, and then I feel like this BS. Why am I paying?
Yeah.
I'm performing.
Exactly. I don't know. Like, if you're like a performer on the stage, I feel like you should still get in for free. You know?
Right.
Unless you're just absolute like dog shit.
Yeah. In which case. Like,
Yeah. No, that's probably why you have to pay, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
who's your
maybe-
favorite? Huh?
Like that's
Huh?
some people's goal is to like work on Saturday Night Live, and yeah, I'll get there eventually, but my goal right now is just to be able to perform on stage without paying the owners
step.
to let me up there.
Baby steps. Baby step
Yeah.
back.
I want to get into the club for free. I want to walk
Yeah.
in without losing money.
Exactly. You get paid for the shows, and you get like free drinks on top. You know,
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
that's the life.
So who would you say is your favorite comedian then?
My favorite comedian is Louis C.K.
Okay.
And I'm not joking. And some people who know like his mistakes that he's made would be like, "How could you support that?" I think he's paid the price.
He's paid the price.
Yeah, and basically, since I was a kid, like I don't know, 13 years old, I found him on YouTube, and I was like, "Holy cow, this is like so dangerous." I like really felt like I was watching something that I shouldn't be watching. Because he was joking about topics that are like you just don't talk about,
Yeah, I know.
and
Sensitive.
yeah, sensitive for sure. And but he was like really finding funny things to say about these things, and which is not totally original. He just does it better than anyone I've found before.
Yeah. On the real though, I feel like probably Andrew Schultz has to be like my favorites.
Andrew Schultz is killing it right now. He's pretty innovative
Yeah.
in just the way that he releases his material.
It's just like, I don't know, his personality and just the way he like puts himself into it, you know? That's what I
Mhm.
love.
Yeah. One of the things that I really admire about Schultz is that he's so culturally educated.
Mhm.
So he had a joke where he like saw this Middle Eastern guy wearing a bracelet, and he told the audience what like the religious reason for the bracelet was, and then as a misdirection joke he says, "But nowadays it's just used to rest their hand on the steering wheel of your Uber." And the whole crowd laughed, and then allegedly like that clip blew up in that community, like got really popular among, I wish I could know what religion or ethnicity,
Yeah.
nationality he was, but like got really popular in his community because people saw it and they were like, "Oh wow, he
He's
knows
actually-
about us."
Yeah. He's educated and he's also like funny too. He's not just disrespecting it.
Exactly, yeah. So that's super admirable to me.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
What does condescending mean?
It's like treating someone like oh, good job, but like treating them like you're less, like they're less than you.
Oh, it's like a compliment sandwich, It's like, you're cool. Fuck you. I like your hair.
I don't think that would be condescending, but that's something.
No, I just wanted to say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those are just 3 things that you meant from the bottom of your heart.
No, just the middle one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
You're still trying to go to the gym after this, right?
yeah,
You still trying to pop that Viagra?
no. So this is just sort of like the latest incarnation of podcasting for me, but I feel weird saying that it's like round 2 because this whole thing was kind of your idea.
Yeah, but this is also like my first time around, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right.
Just
And
learning as we go.
It shows. So
It shows.
So before we get into the closing segments, as I used to do in phase 1 of my podcasting career,
Podcasting career.
I think we should talk about what to name this show.
Oh, yeah.
I used to call my show the Mountains Podcast.
I say the Terrance Show.
Let's put a pin in that.
That's on the maybe list. That's like highly likely, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it down as a maybe.
Highly likely? Like, if, nothing else comes up, that's to give me your name, right? Cool. Okay, so,
I called it the Mountains Podcast because my initials are MTS, and that's like the abbreviation for mountains. So
it's all about you, right?
Yeah, it's all about me. But I thought it was really clever. So the Terrance Show, that's acceptable as an idea.
It's the only exception.
Can I share mine?
Go ahead.
All right. So, because I think we're going to end up like talking about a variety of topics, but, not delving too deep into any of them.
Yeah.
I think we should call it Just the Tip.
Just... Yeah, but that's going to be a weird name for just like 2 dudes in one podcast.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it is a perfectly clean, acceptable name.
Terrance is way better for a name.
The podcast should just be Terrance in all caps. Like Conan.
Exactly. My show, bitch.
Well, anyways, we're going to wrap this up. And let's get to some closing segments. So, Terrance, what are you listening to?
Baby by Justin Bieber and Ludacris.
Classic. Can't
Check
hate.
it out. So, Matt, what are you listening to?
I'm listening to the album AM by Arctic Monkeys, and my favorite song on it is Knee Socks. I'm also listening to Louis C.K.'s episode on Joe Rogan. I can't believe the day has come. And it was a really great episode. It was really fun to hear them talk about their early days in comedy. They're both from Boston, too, so it was fun to, hear them talk about how their experiences were very similar and how they got over a lot of the things that I've dealt with, too. Like, you work really hard and all you have is 10 minutes of material, and it's just, like, mid-material. But...
Just like this podcast.
Yeah. It's like you work for 50 minutes and 16 seconds, and then you just have 10 minutes that you can use.
Yeah, it's probably how it's going to be for us.
Yeah. So, what are you watching?
Your mom?
Do you want to try that again?
No, I don't have anything I'm watching, to be honest.
All right, well, I'm watching Gerard Carmichael's HBO stand-up special, Rothaniel. So Gerard Carmichael, I've been a fan of him for a long time, ever since he had The Carmichael Show on NBC, which was a sitcom about a black family where they, in each episode, discussed a different topic that was like, a social pressing issue, but they didn't always take the stance on it that you thought they were going to take. Like, the the one about substance use literally ended with him lighting a joint on NBC and then having like, he says, so remember, use substances, don't abuse substances. And then the more you know thing. And I'm like, I cannot believe NBC signed off on that.
Yeah.
And so I've been a fan of him for a long time. And in this special, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but he reveals a secret about himself that has been weighing on him for his entire career, I assume, or maybe just since he figured it out about himself. But it's very raw. It takes place at a jazz club, and it's just kind of like him free-forming in front of an audience. And it's weird because it's not... I feel like it's less than 50% comedy, and it's just kind of 60% confessionalism, if that's a word. Confessional. You look like you're about to say something. Sorry if we have like a serious moment for 2 minutes. And a lot of it is just him finding humor in dark places, but like in real time. It's not, it's still very raw as he's filming it. And it was directed by Bo Burnham, who is also just innovating comedy. Like Inside, it was like the greatest movie of the year last year. It was, have you seen Inside?
No.
Dude, Inside was a comedy special entirely filmed in his home, and it's like...
Oh, yeah, you were telling about it.
Yeah, it's music and just him talking to the camera, and I can see the progression of, like, how he went from YouTube in, like, 2008, really early YouTube star, to live shows, and his live shows were great, too. They were just, like, you could put a metronome to them. They were so crisp and well-timed. To Inside, which was like him having a mental breakdown, but still putting as much thought and care into it as a live show. So if you haven't seen Inside, check that out too. But yeah, that is Rothaniel from Gerard Carmichael on HBO, and then his movie On the Count of Three, which the whole thing is about suicide, so trigger warning if that's a sensitive issue to you. But it was a crisp 85 minutes. And there were some funny scenes in there, and
Crisp.
Even in some dark moments, like the scene where he robs the convenience store, that one's excellent. And,
Excellent.
So yeah, that is Gerard Carmichael's HBO stand-up special Rothaniel, and his movie On the Count of Three, which is now available on Hulu. That's what I'm watching. And Terrance, would you like to revise your answer?
Still watching Your Mom.
Terrance is watching Your Mom's House, the podcast.
No.
Shout out Your Mom's House.
No.
All right, we got two more. I promise you we can get through this. Endorsements. I would like to endorse the Letterboxd app. I feel like I've been talking for too long. Endorsements. What do you endorse, Terrance?
I honestly don't know what to say for endorsements. We talked about this earlier.
Well, I guess I'll go first again.
I feel like our closing segments have to be like more interesting and upbeat because I don't know. I feel like half the stuff like I'm gonna say is not gonna be interesting. You know what I mean?
We'll say something interesting.
You go into like depth with a lot of stuff, which I like, which is a good closer.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get comfortable with sharing in detail, but not sharing too much. So the Letterboxd app is an app where you can rate and review movies with your friends. I recently got my new friend Justin to hop onto it, and he's having a lot of fun. Within like a couple hours, he was writing reviews and just all over the app, and I was like, I'm a proud father right now. This is my greatest accomplishment.
Proud father. Oh, isn't that where you can like rate and review movies and everything?
Yeah, it's almost like that's what I just said.
Oh, I was not paying attention.
Yeah, clearly. So, any endorsements before we move on?
I like to endorse FX Movies for giving us pirated movies. That's it.
All right, that qualifies. So my uplifting moment is our last segment, and a moment that uplifted me is that I gave a gift to my friend, and he graciously accepted it, and that's always nice to do.
Wow, that's really sweet of you.
Thank you. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm a good gift giver.
But you're a bad comedian.
You're playing with fire here.
Playing with fire, bitch.
And Terrance, you have an uplifting moment that I told you off air. Would you like to say it now?
Yes, so graciously, I've been spending a lot of time with my family recently, and times actually have been really tough with my family. Stop looking at me. Don't look at me, Matt.
All right, I'll stare ahead. I'll look at the steering wheel.
So recently, I've been spending like a lot of time with my family.
Just look out the window. Look at the other.
Shut up. Water. So recently, in the past week, I've been spending a lot more time.
I have no idea where this is going.
Let me finish.
I don't even know why this is so funny.
So, recently, in the past week, I've been spending a lot more time with my family, and times have been rough between all of us, just individually, with us getting along. And luckily, last night, they finally let me eat dinner. So I'm pretty grateful for that.
Okay. This is supposed to be a serious moment.
You kept laughing at me then the whole time. I couldn't even finish.
I knew it was gonna end somewhere stupid. I thought he was gonna say that we got free food yesterday because we were walking out of the gym and a Uber Eats driver said, "Hey, my customer just canceled. Do y'all want this McDonald's?"
I know. How's your McFlurry?
It was pretty good. It was an M&M one, which is what I choose most of the time. And the M&Ms sank to the bottom, so that way I didn't just have to power through a bunch of plain old ice cream.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think I ever had a McFlurry before.
McFlurries are good.
Good talk.
Yeah.
McFlurries are good.
Well, I ran out of everything to say about it when I talked about the M&Ms.
I don't know. I was messing with you.
So yeah, I guess that's that.
You're welcome for blessing you with my knowledge.
Yeah, I think we should put a poll on Twitter and say, because I can find the password to my podcast Twitter account.
I feel like you got banned.
Yeah, just
You got banned for replying to tweets.
replying to tweets. You can't get banned for that. If you could, I would, because I used to send out like 50 a day. I would just type in the word podcast, and there would be a bunch of tweets like, "Hey, anyone have podcast recommendations?" And I would reply to every one of them. Just be like,
Of course you would.
yeah, be
You
like,
seem like that type.
yeah. Well, that's how you got to be. You got to put yourself first, and you got to network, and you got to grind.
Yeah, because you're selfish ass bitch. All right, well, you're welcome for hearing my voice. It was great for y'all to listen to me. Toodles next time.
Yeah, yeah. Toodles on God.
On mama. Peace.